Okay, just for laughs here. Alright, say what I said here. I just put things in there because we put that in the status of whatever media we are on, alright? Yeah, and if somebody don't like it, they can just scroll on, you know what I mean? Just scroll by. Where the hell are the comments? There we are. The comments here. Okay, nothing wrong with that. It's quite a compliment. And I asked a question that's a little, this guy seems to be kind of obsessed with me because he don't have a life. And then he got nothing but stolen video media logos as a content. But if that floats his boat, that's okay. But thanks somebody for the comment or whatever. And yeah, seems to know it all. And then I ask, by what authority do you judge me because I say one thing? Well, geez, this is media. We can, I always thought that, yeah, we can put anything we want here, whatever social media it is. And, oh, if somebody don't like what I'm saying, there's nothing wrong with that because I call it like free speech because, after all, I thought this was America, land of the free, which also gives this person the right to say, well, express something, which I'll play ball with him, right? You know, this is just my argument, whether I'm not no Mr. Offended, but there's a thing where you got to ask certain people. Some of these people ain't even worth answering, just delete and ignore, just like some friends of mine say. But it's like, come on, dude. Like, what the hell are you, a communist? I mean, you're allowed to have your own opinion, but, well, nobody's allowed to have an opinion but you. And I am, what? Because I say one thing, it's called rambling like a psycho, you know? I mean, I need to do that for my next video series where I say, yeah, I call these things Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Try not to laugh here. I respect a person's opinion, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to get all pissed off. Once in a while, you wonder why you even would even, it's almost like family members you don't talk to or other people like you went back when you were in school that never grew up, or in workplaces that never grew up. Wait a minute. You're like, wait. I thought this was America, land of the free. Nobody's allowed to have an opinion but you, huh? But when you do with people like this on social media, sometimes I forget myself and I presume that they're in the same country as me, but I forget. How do I know he's not in a communist country or somewhere else, you know? Really, but God, it's like, damn, dude. You kind of like want to have a loss for words. I don't want to have an endlessly long rambling like a psycho. Well, I guess it's rambling like a psycho when you want to say, to have free speech. If somebody, even though there's this thing I always thought was called free speech, and what we call America, land of the free. And I'm, from what I understand in YouTube videos, you know, even though I'm maybe rambling like a psycho and all, north of us in Canada and all, they're somewhat like us, but they're not really a land of the free. They're a nice country, but they kind of want to take away people's freedoms. It's not a communist country, but depending on what part of Canada you're from, I mean, just, I don't want to believe every single YouTube video I see. But I know that's just a bunch of rambling. I'm trying to compare things. I mean, well, would you rather have communist China or whatever, or who the fuck are you to tell me what I can and can't say? I mean, but it's your free speech. You're allowed to say it. I understand that, you know what I mean? But do I tell you what you can and cannot say? No. And just by me questioning it, I don't want you to get me wrong, right? I'm not telling you that you can't say a particular thing, but you have your free speech and I have mine, but I have reserved the right to question what you're saying, and you have the right to question what I'm saying. And then some of us have more limited vocabularies and linguistics than others. When some people are better masters of the deadpan reply, you know what I mean, than others. But then when you go and question somebody and ask them something and they're very limited in what they say and they don't even give you a complete answer other than you're rambling like a psycho, that's completely okay, you know what I mean? But some people, not to limit their free speech, I wouldn't dream of that, but some people, not that I'm suggesting to deny them any free speech. I definitely wouldn't dream of that. I don't want to be repetitive here, but I want to make that clear. But I mean, when you question another person and they seem to indicate that nobody has the right to say anything or have an opinion but them, and when they do these things, they damn well better be able to produce some kind of a rule book. Whether it's they're part of a religion, a cult, a Bible, do they have a communist leader or a head preacher, head priest, or some king of the streets gang style authority, or is it some kind of college professor or pseudo professor of some kind with a fake degree? There's a lot of people with those fake degrees now too, you know what I mean? That people get on a piece of paper, you can buy them. It's like a fake degree, you know what I mean? But I think I have pretty much covered everything, you know what I mean? But and one more thing, a difference between me and everybody else. I would like to say that if you're that obsessed with me, to get help, but that's not my style. Because even if somebody is being an asshole, I personally don't believe that anybody should get any of this so-called professional help. These textbooks, psychiatrists and psychologists, I don't have no faith in, especially nowadays when somebody gets a degree and is willing to, just because they get actually a degree, they can actually change the rules and change the textbooks, which you actually see happening now. And they do this just to accommodate somebody's delusion that they're turning into a civil right now too, which you only call a delusion. You call it a delusion if it goes beyond their right to live their life as they choose. Different categories of people, right? But if it goes beyond that right and they want to force their ways and their thinking down somebody else's throat and make any demands of people. But so even a dude like this, I wouldn't say get help. I don't believe in these. But there is a degree that they need to, I don't want to say therapy or anything. I want to say go find yourself and develop some opinions of your own and not whatever goofy friends or fake friends that they have on media like this or whatever too. Evidently, when people give you these like half-ass arguments, when they argue back at you with some half-ass arguments, obviously they don't really have any faith in whatever fake friends that they have. They must not have a personal life. So rather than get help, I actually rather would say get a life. Get your own income, get out of mom and dad's house, and do something else off the computer to better actually yourself or whatever. That's all I basically can say, you know what I mean? But these people that when you do decide to argue with them, you end up ultimately blocking them because it's obviously they're like stalking you or whatever. It's going beyond having an opinion. It seems like if they don't have any kind of real opinions on anything, like they have half-ass opinions and accuse you of rambling, it's time to kind of block them. They seem to be wasting their valuable time stalking you because they're either jealous or contemptful or something. Like they feel small, and if they feel that small, they don't even need to be looking at anything. Why do they care about what you're doing and saying on a social media? Matter of fact, these social media is not real to a certain extent. It's what makes it not real, what makes it fake is depends on the kind of things you take in and the kind of fake friends you take in and what the fake friends are taking in. If you look at their whatever friends they have that are fake, what they're taking in. You know what I mean? They're limiting vocabulary, and they get 10 years older. Where are they going to be? What are they going to be? They going to be in trouble for DUI? Yeah. Fuckers like this, I like to say, think of me when you get busted for DUI and being high at the wheel. Now, when you thought partying and smoking weed with your friends is so cool. I mean, people of this guy's personality, I've seen it time and time again when I worked in factories. These people manage to get a job next to you in a factory, or some of them don't get past working at Subway for some shitty wage. But if they end up working in a factory or next to you or a Subway, spend their money on drinking, partying, and running around like act like they're professional, act like they're perpetually 8 years old, even if they're old enough to run out and go drink. They end up fucking their lives up. Some of them mature and figure where they're all going wrong. Others don't. They turn into contemptful losers. You know what I mean? Need to get off the drugs and get into the real world. I'm serious, but I mean, I don't even feature these people's comments really, but all the time. But I mean, this stuff ain't all about just this guy in general. But this is why mostly I delete people like this, because you can't have any real argument or dialogue with them. You just can't. They say the same old shit, and they throw the same old bullshit at you that doesn't even really make any sense. And everything they throw back at you, there's not a valid argument. It's always something biased against you and what you're saying, but they have nothing to back it up. No references, no knowledge of any kind. You know what I mean? If they got this far in the video. Well, I'm done here. I'm just saying. This is just to make fun of this person.